Good morning, class. Today we discussed Chapter 8 Motion Science, Class 9th. Today we discussed few topics: speed, average speed, velocity, average velocity, difference between speed and velocity, scalar and vector quantity, numerical based on average speed and average velocity. So let's start with the first topic. What is speed? Distance traveled by the object in unit interval of time is called speed. Distance traveled in a unit time. In a unit time, that means 1 second. How much distance traveled by you? That's called speed. Let us assume, suppose the distance traveled by you is 1 meter in 1 second. So your speed is 1 meter per second. So how much distance traveled by you in 1 second? That is your speed, a unit interval of time. It is a scalar quantity and its SI unit is meter per second. Usually objects are in non-uniform motion that we discussed in the previous video. Therefore, we calculate average speed. Non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion is what? The motion which is not uniform, not same for each and every time. So we calculate average speed. Now what is average speed? Average speed is defined as the total distance traveled in total time taken. Total distance. That in a journey, what is the total distance traveled by you and how much time taken to travel this total distance? That's called average speed. The formula for average speed is average speed is equal to total distance traveled upon total time taken. That is the formula for average speed. Now, second topic, what is velocity? What is velocity? Speed of an object moving in a definite direction is called velocity. It is a vector quantity. Its SI unit is same as speed, which is meter per second. Velocity can be uniform or variable. Velocity are of both type, uniform as well as variable. When speed is variable, it is expressed as average velocity. Sometimes when you are moving in a crowded area, your speed is uniform at each and every interval of time? No. So at that time we are calculate average velocity. Now the formula for average velocity, Average velocity is equals to displacement by total time taken. Displacement, what is displacement? The shortest distance traveled is said to be displacement. The shortest distance between initial and final position is said to be displacement. So the formula for average velocity is displacement upon total time taken. Now, difference between speed and velocity. Difference between speed and velocity. So let's clear what are the differences between the speed and velocity. First difference is what? First difference is the definition of speed and velocity, which is it is the distance traveled by a body in unit time. Distance traveled by a body in unit time. And velocity? Velocity is again the speed. Velocity is the speed of an object moving in definite direction. Speed is a scalar quantity, while velocity is a vector quantity. As per the definition of speed, it can be changed by changing the distance. See, distance is changing each and every time, then speed is also changed by a body in a particular time. Velocity can be changed by changing the speed of a body. If you change the speed of a body, velocity is automatically changed. Speed is always positive or zero, but can never be negative. Speed never negative. Velocity sometimes may be positive, zero, or negative also. Are you understand? Velocity may be all of three types: positive, negative, or zero. Now, scalar quantity. What do you mean by scalar quantity? Scalar quantity, a quantity which can be defined by its magnitude only. Now, what is magnitude? A numerical value. Say your weight is 1 kilogram weight, so that 1 is what? Magnitude. You are purchasing 100 kilogram of wheat, so that 100 is what? Magnitude. So magnitude is what? A numerical value. And you know that each and every quantity having a numerical value? Yes, that means magnitude is there only. Okay, so a scalar quantity is a quantity which can be defined by its magnitude only, a numerical value only. It depends only on magnitude, not on direction. For example, distance, speed, time, temperature, etc. See, distance A to B. Say the distance between A to B is 10 meter, and if you measure from B to A, then it is again 10 meter. Yes, so you can say that distance is a scalar quantity, because while measuring the distance you no need of any direction for measuring the distance. So that's why you can say that distance is a scalar quantity. Vector quantity. A vector quantity is defined as the physical quantity that has both magnitude as well as direction, means the numerical value as well as direction. For example, force, weight, momentum, velocity, etc. Now force. Suppose you are inside a room and you want to open the door. What is the work for you? Open the door. Then which kind of force is to be exerted on door by you? Pushing force or pulling force? Definitely you exert a force of pull. But when you are outside of the room and you want to open the door, then you exert a force. Which force is exerted by you? Pushing force. So for the same kind of work, you are applying different kind of force. So force is a vector quantity. Force is a vector quantity. Now I'll solve one example in front of you. John drove for 3 hours at a rate of 50 km per hour. See, what is the speed of John? 50 km per hour. That means in 1 hour, John traveled a distance of 50 km. And how much hour John drove the car? 3 hours. And for 2 hours, for the next 2 hours, after 3 hours, the speed of the car is 60 km per hour. And that speed is for 2 hours, next 2 hours. What was his average speed for the whole journey? We are calculating. Now, the general formula of speed, which is distance by time. So, the formula for distance is speed into time. Now, for 3 hours, we are calculating the distance for 3 hours. The speed for first 3 hours is 50 km per hour and the time is 3 hours. So, we are putting the value of speed and time here. 50 into 3, and 50 into 3 is what? 150 km. So the distance traveled for first 3 hours is 150 km. Now next 2 hours we are using the same formula. Distance is equals to speed into time. Speed is 60 km per hour and time is 2 hours. So we are putting these two values over there. 60 into 2, and 60 into 2 is what? 120 km per hour. 120 km, sorry. Now total distance in first 3 hours we are traveling the distance 150. Next 2 hours we are traveling the distance 120. So the total distance is 150 plus 120, which is 270. Now total time 3 hours and 2 hours. So total time is 3 plus 2, 5 hours. Now average speed. The formula for average speed we are discussing in the second slide. So the formula for average speed is total distance by total time. Now total distance is what? 270. Total time is 5. So 270 divided by 5. Now here 270 divided by 5. 5 1 ja 5. 5 5 ja 25. Carry 2. Now it becomes 20. 5 4 ja 20. So the average speed is 54 km per hour. Thanks class.